All right, guys, welcome into a very, very special episode of the Cavemen Media Podcast. 'Tis the season to be jolly. It's a big show. It's Christmas. It's a Christmas show. That's all it's going to be. It's Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Who's here? Everybody's here. Connor's here.
I did show up.
Matt the Ranger.
I'm back.
Jordan.
I'm here.
Jordan's here. You can watch the show, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts.
Google Podcast.
That's a thing?
Yep.
Huh. Good for them. If you're listening right now, which obviously you are, tweet me, send me a message, text me. Don't call me because I won't answer. A Christmas story of yours, or a New Year's story, or a holiday story. Just anything that's this time of the year.
Any story that happened in December.
That's fair. Or the New Year, January 1st.
Okay.
If it's January 2nd, though, I don't want to hear it.
Man, I had a good
January
one.
2nd.
I don't want to hear
Shut
it.
that
January
down.
2nd. Tweet me, text me, whatever. Make it good, and it'll make it on the show. Fair enough?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Fair enough. All right, let's bring it to the table like we do each and every week. Just a regular old show we got going on here. Bring it to the table. Who wants to go first?
I'll start.
Go ahead, Connor. What you got?
So there was this high school, and it was the football team. And, do you guys hear that?
What is that noise? What is that?
What is that?
What's going on from the
There's
roof?
someone on the roof.
What's going on?
What in the?
It's got to be him.
Is it?
It's got it.
I thought it was
gotta be
coming.
Could it be?
Oh, it's Santa!
Santa Claus!
What's up, Santa?
Guys, it's Santa.
Santa Claus!
What's up,
It's really
Santa?
him.
I'm gonna be honest. I did not think you were real. I did not think you were
I didn't
real.
think he was even going to show.
I mean, he's here.
He's
Be
in
real.
the flesh.
Santa Claus.
The
If you're
big
watching
beard,
on YouTube,
glasses.
you see him right here. If you're listening.
How are you guys doing?
You're doing great.
Sounds a little different than what I pictured.
That sounds just like what I thought.
Santa. We appreciate you stopping by the studio. I mean, we talked about you being on last week. We promised it.
We didn't promise. You promised.
As the week went on, we thought, maybe Santa's not real.
No.
Maybe he's not real. We shouldn't.
We had our doubts.
We shouldn't have promised that to our fans, but he's here, and we appreciate you stopping by, Santa. It's that time of year. I know it's busy.
Yeah, super busy.
I know
for
you're
you right
busy,
now.
but we appreciate you coming in.
Got a lot
My
of
elves are
toys and
doing all
shit.
the work right now.
The
You
elves
know,
are
that
doing
was
the
one
work?
of my questions. I was going to ask if you actually do anything besides fly around, but
And
you
bang
answered
Mrs. Claus.
being Mrs. Claus.
We'll talk about Mrs.
Yeah,
Claus
hold on
like
now.
that.
Don't disrespect the man as soon as he comes on the show.
Yeah, Cody. It's his wife.
Are you guys married?
How long have you been married for?
One question at a
About
time.
600 years.
600
600
years.
years?
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
I would have thrown the towel around 50
Days?
years.
I thought about it.
Thought about it? Yeah.
It's crossed
there
his
is-
mind a few times.
It's about every 50 years or so. I thought about just throwing in the towel.
You guys have like a sit-down meeting. Okay, do we want to continue?
It's more like I've been with her too long to go back out in the game.
Has she ever, been upset about your profession? Does she ever say you should throw in the towel and just retire?
I'm off 364 days a year.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
And, I mean, I make the occasional mall appearance and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I mean, but generally, I'm off 364 days a year, so I'm annoying her.
So what do you have to say to
Can't wait
all
for
the
it to get out of the
impersonators out there?
All the impersonators out there,
Tell them to fuck
like
off? Or?
it's more like the real Slim Shady.
Will you please stand up?
You stand up with it when it's the real. It's time for Santa
It's the
to
real Saint
shine
Nick.
on December 25th. It's time for Santa to shine, and that's when you shine.
That's true. That's true.
So answer this for me. There's, I don't know, 1 billion houses in the world. How do you get
Give or take.
to every single house in the world in 24 hours?
Well, I have a cocktail of 5-hour energy. Red Bull. Then I swallow a couple caffeine pills, and we're golden.
Oh,
You
boy.
know? I thought Stan would be more into cookies and milk, but I mean, that sounds like a great plan.
I don't eat all year.
Really?
Just the one night.
Just the one night.
So how do you stay so fat?
Yeah.
How do I stay so fat? It's nothing but cookies and milk.
At a billion
It's
houses.
a billion houses.
So do you eat every cookie at every house? Do you enjoy the houses? Is there any country that makes cookies better than the other? Let me ask that. Who's got the best cookies out there?
I have to say the good old U.S. of A.
I would have figured.
Does not surprise me there.
Wouldn't be surprised if the UK was up there. Number 1 in the UK.
Do they celebrate Christmas?
Well,
Do they? I don't know.
It's a
I
religious
think-
holiday, not
I
a
think
country
they do.
holiday.
Let me ask you this, Santa. Does anybody ever leave out chocolate milk? I feel like that's just disrespectful.
Super
it really
disappointing.
isn't disrespectful. It's cool to change things up again, but the one thing that is disrespectful is when you leave out skim milk.
What?
That's the worst.
What a rude. I can just picture those people in the United States for sure. Those
They definitely get slim pickings.
You ever get any breast milk?
What kind of a question is that?
You're on the naughty list, Connor.
I could have told you that.
Speaking of naughty list, Matt, you wanted to ask Santa something.
Yeah, Santa. How many times do you actually check that list of yours?
They say it's twice, but
And do you truly find out who's naughty or nice?
I like what we
Well,
did there.
It's funny that you say that because I do watch pretty much everybody. I say I work
Yikes.
360, 364, pretty much watching people every now and again, seeing what they're doing, make sure that they're doing good. And I got your gift already, Jordan.
Oh, you have me a gift?
Yes, I got you a gift.
No way.
Because
a
I've
week
seen that-
early.
Week early
A
on
week
Christmas
early.
Day from Santa.
What could it be? I mean, I'm shaking
Oh
it
my
up.
god!
You know what I hope it is?
I don't know. I can't.
It looks
let's
heavy.
let me pass it
I
down
hope
here
it's
to
some
you, Jordan.
cookies, you know?
Some
it
cookies?
looks heavy.
Yeah, some cookies. Man, thank you, Santa. This is just the best. Oh, come on.
What is it? Open it up.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
It's cold.
What is it? It's cold.
It's real cold.
It's
from the
real
North
cold
Pole.
from the North Pole, Jordan. What did you do to deserve this? I mean, this is from
That's
the
what
real
I gotta ask
Santa.
you,
There's
Santa.
no excuse for
Yeah,
this,
Santa.
Jordan.
What did Jordan do to deserve this, Santa?
I seen the way you act after those Bengals games.
Amen, my man.
Did you see him? Did you see him?
I
when
seen
he,
him throw the beer.
He faked his injury
I seen
too.
him
Did you see
throw
him
the beer.
elbow that guy?
You know what, Santa?
Yeah,
Didn't exist?
that Pittsburgh Steelers guy.
Yeah, you see him
Oh,
elbow that
no.
guy?
I seen that too. I seen
Oh,
the way.
man.
Yep.
Well, at least Santa saw it.
Would
like
you say
guys.
Jordan is a Scrooge?
I don't think I'm a Scrooge. I think
Wouldn't
I
say he's a
just
Scrooge.
I just think it's been a rough year, and I've definitely had a bad year. You know what? I'll take it and learn from it. No more beer throwing at Bengals games. Thank you, Santa.
You cracked the top 5 naughty list.
And maybe
I don't think I cracked the top 5. I mean, we got Lizzo out there crying out loud, you know?
But you got your gift first.
Well, that's because
I'm
Santa's
a Lizzo
here.
fan.
You're a Lizzo
You're a
I'm a
fan,
Lizzo
Lizzo
Santa?
fan.
Oh, man.
Santa
Likes
just
that
took
big
a
all round
turn.
cheeks.
That is a hot
Just
take.
kidding.
What's
I'm just
Mrs.
kidding.
Claus think of that?
Oh,
Yeah.
I
no.
am
What
just
does
kidding.
Mrs. Claus think of it?
I'm all for women empowerment, but she takes it to a whole nother level.
I agree.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty here, and let's get. I want to talk about the North Pole. Is it cold year round? What's it like in the off season? I just have so many questions about the North Pole.
Okay, what's your first one?
Come on, Cody. You can't be starstruck. It's Santa.
How cold is it? Is it cold year round? Just tell me that.
Oh, of course it is.
Like 32 degrees year round.
Yeah, I thought that I was going to Daytona when they had booked this, and they said Dayton, and I was like, okay, well, so I'm just going back to the cold.
It's probably a little colder here.
It's up there. It's up there.
Right at home.
It's not bad. It's not that bad.
You say it's
a
cold
little
up at
bit
the
more
North Pole?
mild. I'm gonna do that famous.
Need something to stay warm?
That famous Midwestern saying, "It's
Turn
not
head
that
on
bad
this.
unless there's wind."
Yeah, the wind chill really gets you.
Oh, that one chill for crying.
Tell
out
me
loud.
about the elves. Are they all really actually short, or is that just a myth?
Well, I mean, you have your regular size elves. I mean,
Are they humans or elves though? The
they're
regular
actually
size
elves.
elves.
They're actually from the North Pole.
Okay.
Do they reproduce like we do?
Yeah.
Do they reproduce like we do?
Are they all your children?
Guys, I don't
Elves
think
are
the kids need to be
freakiest
listening to this.
creatures on this planet.
Mrs. Claus must be busy.
How do you think I keep up with production? Like they just multiply like rabbits.
That's true. And I bet they start pretty early.
Oh.
I watched this movie one time, though, and there was actually a human who wandered his way up to the North Pole and acted like he was an elf and thought he was an elf his entire life. And then he found out he wasn't an elf.
That's nothing close to the movie.
That's exactly
Are you talking about Buddy
what
the Elf?
movie is about. Yeah, the movie is actually called Elf.
Yeah, he
I think
didn't
it
wander
was-
up there like he just.
That's
He
actually a
wandered
sad
into
story.
Santa's bag.
That's actually a sad
Oh,
story.
Is that how that movie goes?
Do you
Yeah.
know
Fuck
Buddy?
the hell they
Do you still
I
keep
did
in
know
touch?
Buddy.
Buddy?
I did know Buddy.
Did
Oh,
nobody?
man.
Yeah.
How's he doing nowadays?
Do you talk to him still?
Ever talk to him? See, I know you can watch him.
I mean, he's in New York City doing his thing
Well, snowball
With
fights.
his real dad?
with his real dad.
If your dad's a real.
Does he still dress up as an elf, or is he kind of like adapted to New York life yet?
I think he dresses up around the season.
Just the season?
Yeah, just the season.
Just get everybody fired up.
I mean, you gotta. It's Christmas.
The
Best
best
time of the
way
year.
to spread Christmas cheer is sing loud for all to hear.
Dashing
Like,
through
you're
the
wrong
snow.
to say that.
Good job, Connor. Good job. So, you go from house to house. It's one night. How fast does a sleigh go?
Oh, it depends on how much. All right, depends on how fast the reindeer are going. Like I mean, it just some days out of the year they're just super sluggish. That's why you have to leave them out carrots and stuff
Make sure they
because
stay healthy.
you got to keep them fueled up. You got to keep them going.
All right, I got a question for you, Santa, with a follow-up question.
Okay.
Number one, there's a rumor about Rudolph. Is he actually real, or is he just a fake story?
Well, he's real.
He's real?
but his nose isn't.
His nose isn't?
No, we do you know how like airplanes have that little flickering light?
Oh, you put one of those on there?
I put one of those on his nose. That way that nobody wrecks into us while we're going.
Right. Now, I do got a follow-up question since Rudolph's real. If you ever tell him to make a right, he makes a mistake, like a right turn, and he goes left, do you ever just take like a football helmet and just, throw it over Rudolph's head?
Well,
What?
Where it's a
I get what you're saying
Cleveland
here. I
Browns
get what you're
reference
saying.
there.
reference. I get the reference, but I am
didn't. I
a
didn't.
strong advocate against animal cruelty.
It's a good
What do you
rule
think
to
about them
have.
Browns?
Oh, that's where I was going with this.
I was
Big,
gonna
big
ask.
sports fan, Santa, are you?
I was gonna
Are
ask
you?
Santa,
Sports fan, big
who's your
sports fan.
favorite
I'm
football
going
team?
I'm going to deter myself away from football for the rest of the season.
Must
Big hockey
must
fan.
be a Browns fan.
Big
Big
hockey fan.
You a fan of college football in some sorts?
Like I said, I'm going to deter myself away from football this year.
I get it, though. I get the hockey. They play on
Cold.
ice. It's cold.
Play on ice. I'm just hoping to catch a Knights game one day.
Yeah.
Night's game. Oh, so you're a hockey guy.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Big gambler, are you?
Just said that.
I mean, Santa's got to have his fun.
Well, at least you're honest with us, Santa. We appreciate that.
How's the cookies up in Canada?
Ugh.
Canada, they're all right.
They're all right.
Like I said, North America pretty much has the best cookies.
Nice.
What's the worst country to go get cookies in?
Ethiopia.
Why? Why are they so bad?
Ethiopia.
I mean, have you ever heard of good cookies out of?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Ethiopian cookies?
Yeah,
I don't think I've heard of Ethiopia.
They haven't either.
So, I have
I'm outta here.
another question about cookies. Has somebody, as a joke, ever left you, let's call it a special cookie?
Ooh. Santa's got a story.
Santa likes those cookies.
Oh. Now, last year I flew over Denver. and
Oh,
A
man.
little foggy.
not only one, but two houses left Santa special cookies.
You put them on the naughty list or the top of the nice list?
Well, it's almost towards the end of my run. I
Ah,
mean,
okay.
I almost did not make it. I almost did not make it.
Oh, man. These
But-
people in Denver.
But it was quite different. It was yeah. I don't recommend it.
Did you bring one home for Mrs. Claus?
She
has
doesn't.
her wine. She has her wine.
She has her wine.
I have
Mrs.
to
Claus.
stop and get her year's supply of wine at the end of my run.
Oh man.
Stop in California.
Not only do you have to deliver to 1 billion houses, but you gotta stop and get Mrs. Claus some wine.
He's got to run the errands while he's out there. He only gets away from the North Pole once a year.
True.
That's what you think.
Well, he said he's
Like I
Does
sneak
Santa go
off
on
every now
vacations?
and again.
Santa goes on vacations.
You ever been recognized in public?
All right, so usually I like to dress homeless when I go out. That way people don't mess with me.
That's a good point.
So I've seen a couple people that I saw and I was like, oh, that guy looks like Santa, just making a joke, and they looked a little rough around the edges. Was it maybe you?
I can't say because I don't want people to come up to me in public.
Oh, smart.
He's a private guy.
Yeah.
If he looks like Santa, don't approach. Don't approach. You don't want to get on the naughty list for something like that.
Nah.
Or
You'll
we
end
don't
up
want
like
you.
our
We
boy
also don't
Jordan.
want you to get attacked by a homeless person because if it's not Santa, watch out.
Yeah.
Well, this
Right.
guy was passed
Right.
out
Be
on
like
the
me.
street with a bunch of mini bar bottles. So
Well, Santa has thrown a couple back before, but nothing like that. I've never been in a gutter.
So you crack a cold one at the end of the night?
I mean, on occasion, it depends on if it's a birthday and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I'm not
What-
One,
Go ahead.
like, you know,
What's the celebration like when Christmas is over, the toys are made, you've made your deliveries, you're back home at the North Pole. What's next?
we got a week off. I mean, we are making billions upon billions of toys. So, I mean, we just got a week off. We celebrate. We do what we do. That Coors Light train comes through.
Oh man. All aboard.
The mountains are blue at the North Pole. So
So
is there a limit of toys per household, or if you're on the nice list, you get more? If you're on the naughty list, or if you're on the cut, you only get one.
It kind of deals in absolutes. Like, you're either a good kid or you're a bad kid.
No in between.
Not really in between. You can still be a bad kid and get toys, but your parents bought them.
oh man.
And those are the worst toys.
Yeah.
He's probably got broke parents.
It's probably like a pair of underwear and some socks.
Socks.
T-shirts.
Stocking gifts. That's,
Now, if you want to leave me a gift, I will accept underwear and socks all day.
What
Really?
size?
What size? Phew.
Oof.
that explains
Depends
it.
if it's before Christmas or after
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah,
If
it
it's
depends how
before
many
or after
cookies.
Christmas.
All right.
You know.
Well, Santa, we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule. I mean, the busiest time of the year. You boys have any questions left for Santa before we let him get back on his sleigh and get to it?
Actually, no. But I got a gift for Santa. If you guys give me a minute here.
Okay, do what you got to do.
Give me a minute.
Again, today's Friday, December 20th, if you guys are listening to the podcast. So there's 4 days till Christmas, and Santa decided to stop by the Cavemen Media Studios, and we couldn't be thankful enough, and we appreciate you taking care of Jordan there and making him work harder next year to get back onto the nice list.
Over under on him making the nice list. I'm gonna go not.
I think
Next year?
Yeah.
Over, under, just straight
Just
no.
Not.
There's no. Okay.
Do you like the
You-
odds on that spread?
I think Jordan's going to turn it around next year.
I think there's nowhere to go but up. But Santa, even though you gave me a call, I'm really happy that you came here. For the Cavemen Media fans, they're gonna love you. I mean, there's a lot more that I've learned, and to take your time out of this busy schedule, come all the way here to Southern Ohio. There's just only one way I can repay you. Is that some Southern Ohio hospitality? Got you a bag of some Buckeyes to head back on your road trip. Maybe you and Mrs. Claus can split them in
Thank
half
you.
and eat them.
Thank you so much.
And I hope you have a Merry Christmas and don't work too hard.
You're so kind, Jordan. That's one way to get right back at the top of the nice list.
Santa, is he
Yeah.
back on the nice list or is he still on the naughty list?
Oh.
Well, he already got his gift this season.
The new
so.
year
Yeah.
doesn't start
Yeah.
until December 26th. So starting December 26th is when Jordan.
So this act of
really
kindness
has
didn't
gotta-
really count either.
that is correct.
Well, he has a new slate clean because the Bengals aren't going to make the playoffs anytime
Oh,
soon.
Santa. Do you know what? That's what I want for Christmas. Joe Burrow.
You already
Joe
got,
Burrow?
you already
Joe
got your
Burrow.
present, so.
Do you think you can help me and Connor out and maybe delivering us Joe Burrow?
You're
Don't-
probably going to
don't-
get Chase Young.
Don't put him under my
I mean,
tree.
I'm okay with that too.
I mean, the Bengals are going to find some way to mess it up.
Oh, that's no doubt in my mind.
So.
It's enough Bengal talk for me. We apologize for putting that on you, Santa. We apologize for that. But again, we appreciate you stopping by. You're Santa Claus, the one and only Saint Nick. Many, many nicknames for Santa. We appreciate you.
Kringle.
Chris Kringle, there it is. Thank you so much, Santa. And Santa Claus is coming to town. You better watch out.
Thank you, Santa.
Appreciate it.
Oh, what a fan.
Oh, boy.
There you go. Thank you, Santa.
Woo! Use one ho ho ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
Can't get any better.
Oh, man.
How about Santa, guys? How about Santa making time
What a guy.
to stop into the Cavemen Media Studios and sit down and talk with us?
You brought me coal.
He did bring you coal, but apparently you deserved it. I don't know.
Well, it's over by you now, so I'm wondering.
I'm an official believer. I'm gonna lie. I
You
didn't
fi-
really believe.
I am a believer now, yeah.
I
You gonna
fully
go home and
believe.
tell Paxton?
I am.
Good, good. I mean, I knew it all along. I never doubted it.
I doubt it.
Not
a
in my
little bit.
25 years.
No.
Nope. Never doubted it.
Good for you.
Well,
Thank you again, Santa, for stopping by, and I hope you bring me something special this year. I really do. So let's not finish the Christmas talk real quick. Let's go around and let's tell our favorite holiday Christmas stories of our lifetime.
I'll start off
Go ahead,
because
Carter.
mine is kind of, it's just you being a jerk. That's all it
Okay.
is.
I would love to hear
So when
this.
I was younger,
Okay.
we'll say I was about 8 years old. I don't really remember how old I was. I was young.
I'd have been 11 or 12.
Sure. Cody, our host, if you will, told me that Santa wasn't real.
I do
What
not, I do
a
not
dick.
recall.
Ruined my life. Told me that Santa was not
now
real.
you know.
And I
Now
thought
you
that
know
was
he's
all
you
real.
did. You definitely did. Because I remember mom and dad and our stepmom were pissed. And I was, crying hysterically.
Bull crap. I don't
Oh
remember
my
this at all.
You really don't remember this?
No.
I remember this.
I don't
I know it
remember
was
this at
real,
all.
too. You can ask. It was real. It happened. You told me that Santa wasn't real.
I'll ask
And-
Santa next time he stops by
and
because
for
he
that-
watches everything. So
For that reason, I talked to him while I was here. He said you're on the naughty list next year.
Oh,
Baloney.
I knew that coal was there for a reason.
That's why
Baloney.
that year, that Christmas, you didn't get shit.
I bet I did.
This is like the attack
This is
Cody
an
section.
attack. This attack of mine.
Connor's been holding the sin, man.
I got a funny story I'll share with you guys. This was probably, I don't know, maybe around that same time that Connor's referring to that I don't believe was true.
No,
But-
it was a little bit,
Before, maybe?
yeah. We'll say before, because I think I know what you're going to say. And if it was after, we were too old to be doing it.
Yeah, that's true. So one year, we're at my dad's house, and my Uncle Danny from Florida's in town, and me and Connor have to open up our presents at the same time together, right? Open it up. It's in the tissue paper. We open it up, and it's
It's in the tissue paper. It's in a bag with tissue paper on top.
For Cody's tears.
it's got some pink on it.
Yeah.
It's a clothing item.
Yeah, 2 clothing items each.
Hold it up. Hold it up. I'm like, what is this? It's a bra and panties.
Matching panties.
Matching. In our size, too.
Yeah, which is weird.
What size bra did you wear?
At that
like
time, I was probably like an
negative
A minus.
Yeah, A-.
Oh, man.
But there's
remember
a
that.
picture out there somewhere in maybe that
There's-
will
there's a
have to
picture-
go on the Cavemen Media
I know the
Instagram.
picture I'm thinking of. We put on the bras for some reason.
Did
But
we put
just-
them on or did we hold them up?
No, you guys wore them.
We
I saw
put
the
on,
picture.
yeah, we put on the bras, but we just held up the
panties.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys should tweet that picture.
We'll
fans.
But
We'll
then-
probably have
didn't
to
your
do
friend,
that.
Didn't your friend? I can say his name if you want to, but didn't he put on the panties and go running down the street one time?
You can say the name.
Trevin.
No,
Trevor?
Trevin actually wore a black.
Oh
thong.
yeah.
Oh,
I don't
no.
remember. There was like 8 of us. And we went streaking. Yes, that was in like middle school.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You're so open about
Glad I
it.
didn't know you guys
Yeah.
That
back
was
then.
pretty
That was
wild.
a thing.
That was a wild time
no.
to be alive. Yeah, that happened. Moving on, Matt. Do you have a story to share with us?
I really don't.
Okay, Matt's a Grinch.
In your
Go ahead.
28 years, you don't have one Christmas story.
I feel bad. I feel bad for Matt. I
That's
do.
awful.
I hope that this year I
I've
can.
never
I
seen
can
a white
make it
Christmas.
A good one for you.
You've never seen snow during Christmas.
No.
Bull crap.
What?
Never.
I've seen
There's
a
been
white
snow
Christmas.
on the ground, but it's never snowed during Christmas.
I'm
Since I've
willing to
lived
bet
here.
that since since we're having this conversation, it's going to snow on Christmas here. I'm calling it.
I hope
Oh, I
so.
hope
It's got
so.
to.
It's supposed to be
Please
like
let it
40,
happen.
but yeah.
I'm calling Santa back. calling him.
I don't think he has a weather machine.
Which
Just
has
call
got to
Mother
have some
Nature
kind of
for that.
magic powers. Jordan, you got a story to share?
I got one here. It was around my, I think I was 8 years old. It was Christmas. me and like our basically my aunt and uncle coordinated with my mom, and like me and a whole bunch of my cousins and my family, we all got sleighs for Christmas. And it happened to be sleighs. Like
Sleds?
Sleds. Yeah.
Sleds.
Sleds.
You know what?
Sleds.
Sleds. It's a same.
Completely different.
Completely different.
Okay, so I got
billions
we
of
got some
dollars
sleds.
worth different.
And of course, because I have like the best mom out there, I have the fastest sled. So of course,
What is going on?
so of course, one of my cousins, he's like, "Let's go to the mound," because it was a white Christmas sled.
Why was your sled faster than all the other kids?
What's the mound?
Well, I didn't know it at the time, but
Explain that.
I found out here. So he wanted to go down to the mound because it was snowing, and he wanted
Big hill.
the big hill at the mound, Miamisburg Mound, and he wanted to race. So I was like, all right, let's go. So we go at the same time. I go down frontwards, all the way down, right next to the bell at the bottom of the hill, win the race. As I'm going, I watch him. His sled ends up doing like a 180. He goes down the whole way backwards and ends up into the pond there.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the pond?
Was it
In the
frozen or in the water?
It was in the water.
Oh.
I think they drained it though, but there's still water in there.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was like probably the best Christmas ever for me.
No good.
So why was your sled
Feel
faster?
bad
than
for that guy.
Because I won the race,
Answer
man,
the
and I didn't
question.
end up in the
The
pond.
real question, Jordan. We want the answer to why your sled is faster than
You know what?
anybody
I
else's.
won, and I didn't end up in the pond. I'd say my sled's the fastest.
All right. So we talked last week. We're going to do a little giveaway for the holidays. $50 Amazon gift card. We're going to give one away. But you got to tweet us the keyword. The first 5 people to send us this keyword. It can be any of us. Twitter, Instagram, any way possible. If you send us this keyword, you'll be entered to the drawing. 5 people only. You have a 1 in 5 chance to win the $50 gift card to Amazon. The keyword is mistletoe.
Make sure you spell it right.
You have to spell it right. It's MISTLETOE. Mistletoe. If you spell it wrong, you owe us $50 Amazon gift card.
That's the risk you get for playing.
It's a gamble.
I'll take these odds because
Spell
we
it
have
right.
a lot of listeners from West Carrollton.
Wow. What a shot. All right. So, again, keyword is
Mistletoe.
one word, even though Connor made it sound like 2.
2
Mistletoe.
syllables.
Tweet us that word.
Three
$50
syllables.
Amazon gift card could be
no.
sent to you. 1 in 5 chance, like I said. Before we end the show, though, we're going to do our locks like we do every week. Let me give a quick update. With 2 weeks to play in the NFL season, the order is as follows. First place, Cody, myself. 16 wins, 11 losses. That's plus 5 units on the season. That is a profit. Matt and Connor tied 1 game behind, 15 and 12. And Jordan sits all alone, 3 games out of first place.
Man,
At
I got
13 and 14, that is a loss on profit.
Man,
Just so we're
you know
all aware.
what? I got Cole, and I'm losing money. This is just turned out to be the worst Christmas
Rough
ever.
wear. Yeah, rough year for you, Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, rough. So, Jordan, we'll stay with you. Give me your 3 locks.
All right, for my 3 locks this week. You know, I've had a bad stretch, but, you know, we're going to change up the strategy, and I can personally guarantee you these are going to hit. So, first lock I got, 49ers. They're at home, minus 6.5 against the Rams. They were just flatly embarrassed last week against Atlanta. You know, they lost to them.
Let them come back.
Yeah,
Let them come
they're-
back.
I mean, they literally went from first overall in the playoffs to a wild card spot.
Yep. 5th.
So,
Road game.
I mean, they're going to have some revenge. And that Week 17 matchup against Seattle, I can't wait to see how that turns out.
it's going to be a big one.
Oh, yeah. And my next matchup, speaking of Seattle, I have them winning on the road. Or no, they're not on the road. They're actually home. My bad. They're going to win. They're playing the Cardinals. They're favored minus 9.5. Lock it in. They're just hot. Whoever, it's going to be the Niners or Seahawks. I can't wait to see this matchup again. And my third one, it's a bold strategy here, but I'm taking it. Both teams haven't been hot. But you got the Colts against the Panthers. I'm taking the Colts minus 7. Panthers are just trash. They just lost their coach.
I think they've mailed in their season.
Yeah,
They're
they're I mean, I hear rumors that they're trying to trade Cam Newton now, which
I think they have to.
I want no
They're
personal part in that.
rebuild.
So go ahead and hammer the Colts. Jacoby Brissett, best Twitter account out there. Going with them.
Matt, 3 locks.
So my first game is going to be the Texans at Tampa. I'm taking Houston at 2.5. As always, Steelers at Jets.
Jiminy Christmas.
Pittsburgh 2.5.
Well, I hope so.
Lock that in.
I hope not.
And then Drew Brees and the Saints down in Nashville versus the Titans at 2.5.
I thought about picking that, but the Titans kind of scare me, especially when they got playoff hopes on the line.
You can't.
Saints already
Drew
got
Brees is on fire right now.
Oh, I mean, Drew Brees.
I
is
agree with you
always
there.
on fire.
That's one of my locks. Saints minus 2.5 at Tennessee, and I agree with you, Jordan. Seattle by 10 against the Cardinals. I think they've got a lot to play for, and the Cardinals don't.
Nope.
And then I got the Chiefs minus 6 against the Bears. I think the Chiefs are also going to play very, very hard because they're trying to get into that 2 seed and try to get that first round bye. So I got the Chiefs minus 6 at the Chicago Bears. Connor, 3 locks.
I also have the Chiefs. As much as I hate to say it, I also have the Steelers.
My man.
And I'm going to go with Miami.
Miami
-1
over.
against
That's an automatic
Cincinnati.
loss.
They're playing Cincinnati, aren't
Ooh, the
Yerp.
toilet
The Tank Bowl,
The
finally.
Tank Bowl, yep.
they? What are they favored by?
Miami by 1.
One.
It's essentially a pick 'em.
All right.
Yep.
And
I pick Miami.
I think the Bengals
hope
win.
so.
I think the Bengals win that game.
I think
If
you're
the
stupid.
Bengals lose Sunday,
The Bengals have a
This is
2-game cushion.
Best case scenario for the Bengals right here: lose to Miami, guaranteed number 1 pick.
right,
Beat the Browns, week 17 because the Browns suck,
and we already got the
Amen.
number
and we get Joe Burrow.
one. I like the sound of that. I
That's
think
how it's
Santa's
gonna
gonna
happen.
make it happen.
Lock that whole scenario.
Would you
in
like
right
to
now.
bet on that Week 17 matchup?
Nope, but lock it in right now.
Fair enough.
We don't like
I'll
to
bet
bet
on
on
the
our
spread
team.
maybe when the spread comes out.
We'll look at it. We'll evaluate next week. But yeah, that's it. That's all we got today. There's your locks. We talked with Santa. Jordan got his coal.
At least I'm gonna stay warm. You know.
We got a lot of. We learned a lot today about the North Pole, about Santa, about the elves, about Mrs. Claus, about the cookies, about the countries around the world.
About Santa himself.
Santa himself, yes, that is right. What a guy that guy is, Santa Claus.
He's a character.
I would not have took him as a Coors Light guy.
No, yeah. I know.
It's that train and get you every time.
Honestly, I'm gonna say it. I thought of him as a Bush Light guy.
Sure.
Just saying. He seems like a Bush Light guy.
Again, we thank you, Santa. It was a great Christmas show. Don't forget that keyword. If you missed it, you're going to have to rewind because I'm not saying it again. Send it to me.
Just Christmas tree.
Yep, if you send me a Christmas tree, you might not win. Send me the keyword. $50 Amazon gift card on the line. Thank you, Santa. Thank you to you guys for listening. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Kwanzaa. What else did they do?
Happy New Year.
Jewish.
Just happy
Happy
holidays.
New
for the
Year's.
people
Happy
that get offended.
holidays. Ho, 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 says Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
And to all, a good night.